hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Oh man, unburdened by what has been.
And welcome to yet another episode of Crown and Comments with your host and resident Goldwing guru, the one, the only, Cruiseman. Brought to you by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Videos.
Good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Crown and Comments. I'm Cruiseman for November 2024. The election is over, thank goodness. And that's just behind us now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Welcome to Crown and Comments. In case you're new here, let me tell you a little bit about it. This is a motorcycle focused channel, but I get together with everybody once a month on a show like this, and I'm thinking about turning this into a podcast. I'm not really sure what the difference is between what it is already and a podcast. I know that YouTube has this new feature where I can convert all of my Crown and Comments shows to podcasts, so I may end up doing that. I've got to research what the ramifications are. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but tonight we've got a lot of stuff to cover. It could be a long show, so buckle up, get ready. I've got some news I'm going to go over, and then we're going to talk about the 2025 Honda Goldwing. And then in the C block, we're going to do my Christmas shopping list for 2025. I've decided to go ahead and include that in this Crown and Comments. So I'm going to talk about the things that I think you should consider if for a motorcyclist. So if you're the motorcyclist, maybe you want to get your better half to watch this section. And I'll give them some ideas on what I think you might be interested in, or maybe I'll give you some ideas to let them know what would be a good gift for you. And then we'll get to your comments. Okay, let's cover some news first. First of all, I appreciate you being here. The reason we call this Crown and Comments is because I get my favorite adult beverage, which is Crown Royal, and I imbibe as I go through the show. So forgive me. I invite you to sit back, relax, get your favorite adult beverage, whatever that is. It might be coffee, tea, might be Crown Royal, it could be bourbon, it could be anything. Could be diet soda. Don't care, doesn't matter. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And please make sure if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really does help our YouTube rankings. And let's get started with the news. Last Saturday, just this last Saturday, we had a visitor in town, another YouTuber who is a Goldwing owner, Mac from GoldRyderOne. If you have not been to his YouTube channel, make sure you check it out. Okay, he's here all the way from Tennessee. I recognize Snowy.
I am honored you guys met me here on a date that's not normally part of your schedule. I know you guys usually do this on Sunday, and you guys going through this extra trouble just for me. I appreciate it.
Did you tell him about the 300-mile rule?
No, I forgot. What?
Anybody's over 300 miles has to buy?
Buy breakfast.
I got you covered.
Now, Robert White was here before I got here, and before long, we had a whole parade of bikes pulling in, local riders coming to meet one of their YouTube favorites, Mac with GoldRyderOne. Of course, everybody knows Road Glide with his beautifully lit up blue 2022 Goldwing. And Brian showed up on my old 2018 Honda Goldwing, which he's added some lights to as well. And of course, Tom Miller from Tom's Goldwing Adventures showed up.
And I know you guys normally do this on a Sunday. And for you guys to go out of your way to do this on a Saturday, I really appreciate that. I mean, I do. I honestly do. But I drove 668 miles to have breakfast with you guys, so
It's worth it.
maybe I didn't ask too much.
He bought his motorcycle the exact same day I did. He rode his bike down to East Ridge, Tennessee, Southern Honda Power Sports. Hey everybody, here with Mac from GoldRyderOne channel. Make sure you check out his channel. Now when he rode in today, he was on a blue 2022 Goldwing. What happened?
I came in here to meet Cruiseman. That's my purpose of coming all the way from Clarksville, and I wind up buying a 2024 white Honda Goldwing.
And sure enough, he ended up driving off the same day I did with a 2024 identical to the one I have. He lives in Clarksville, Tennessee, and he rode his motorcycle 668 miles, I'll remind you, all the way from Clarksville, Tennessee to Dallas-Fort Worth just so he could have breakfast with our group here locally. We normally have breakfast on Sundays, but we decided to go ahead and do it on Saturday since Mac was going to be in from out of town. Thank you, Mac, for stopping by and visiting. Now we have to return the favor and come to Clarksville to visit you. A gentleman came by a few weeks ago and picked up, if you remember, I had a garage sale where I was selling a bunch of products, and he bought a show chrome backrest from me for his bagger. He has a 2024 bagger. Well, he had installed, he showed me out in the driveway, he had installed some knockoff, I'm going to say Chinese knockoff, foot pegs to kind of copy the Rivco arrow pegs. They look just like the Rivco arrow pegs, but they weren't just like the Rivco arrow pegs, as he discovered. And what ended up happening is one of the bolts, and these bolts go into the engine cylinder. They go into the cylinder head. One of those bolts broke off inside the cylinder head. I told him to go to DFW Honda, see if they could maybe help him, and they did. But it cost him I think it was about $300 he paid to have that bolt extracted out of the cylinder head, and they were lucky that they were able to get it out because it was flush with the cylinder head surface. They had to really do some work to get it out. Caution when you're buying, if you think you're saving money by buying these Chinese knockoff brands, just go ahead and buy the Rivco. Stick with companies you know, Rivco, Show Chrome, Gold Strike. Stick with the brands that you recognize, that you know you can trust. Buy from somebody like Wing Stuff that you know is going to stand behind it, and make sure the manufacturers stand behind the product. And then you don't have to worry about these kind of things because it's not worth the money you save. Some of you, a lot of you, saw the last video I did on the 8,000 mile service. A friend of mine who had his Goldwing, he took it into a dealer, got the 8,000 mile service, and I went through that whole thing. I'm not going to relitigate that for you, but I will tell you that in that video I mentioned that I would be raising the price of my maintenance videos. And I also mentioned that we're going to have a Black Friday special, and basically it's 20% off the 2024 prices, the current price. It's the last chance you'll get or have to purchase at that price. After the Black Friday special goes off, the price of my videos, the retail price, is going to be going up. It's just gotten to a point the last 2 or 3 years that I've been kind of backing up. So I have to do something to make up for it. Now, fortunately, because of my hopefulness of the economy turning around in the next couple of years, I'm not going to have to raise my price as much as I thought I was going to have to raise my price. And I talk about that in that video. If you have not seen that video, it's had over 20,000 views in the last 3 or 4 days. So make sure you check it out. I'll put a link up here in the description and in the description of this video if you want to check out that video. And I'm going to start kind of a new thing. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do it every month, but I do want to thank those of you that have purchased my maintenance videos, because that's what supports this channel. It's not the YouTube income, trust me. It is the people, those of you that have invested in my maintenance videos to help you take care of your motorcycle. So I'm going to run through a list real quick of people that have purchased in the month of November on the Black Friday special. And I just want to thank you individually. You'll know who you are. I'm not going to mention last names, but I'm going to say your first name and where you're from. Michael from Cicero, New York. Steve from New York City, New York. Carol from Melbourne, Florida. Thank you, Max from Centerton, Arkansas. Charles from Enterprise, Alabama. Mitchell from Green Valley, Arizona. Yes, it's me from Aurora, Illinois. That's the only name he put in. George from Las Vegas. Joe from Port Isabel, Texas. Thank you, Stephen from Pasadena, Maryland. Thank you, Emery from Newark, Ohio. And Sandy from Toronto, Ontario, up in Canada. Thank you, Sandy. Paul from Ashland, Ohio, Gilbert from North Bergen, New Jersey, Victoria from Gloucester, England. I actually had to look up how to pronounce Gloucester because you think it's going to be pronounced Gloucester, but it's not. It's Gloucester. Barry from Weatherford, Oklahoma. I know how to pronounce Oklahoma. Ron from Alliston, Ontario, Canada. Anton from Los Angeles. Steve from Milton Keynes, England. Larry from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Todd from Milford, Ohio. Wendy from Las Vegas. 2 from Las Vegas this month. Jonathan from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Randall from Spring, Texas. Charlie from St. Louis, Missouri. John from Birmingham, Alabama. Keith from Norwich, New York. Frank from Hercules, California. Thank you, Scott from Urbana, Ohio. Thank you, James from San Diego, California. Thank you, Rui from Mississauga, Ontario. And Chris from another Chris from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So thank you, Chris from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, that's our new video clients. Thank you very much. Also, we have a drawing for some free Super Clean products. Our friends over at Super Clean have agreed to provide it's a bottle of the 32 ounce spray Super Clean. This is my favorite all-purpose cleaner. This stuff will cut through any kind of grease, grime. It's amazing. You can dilute the liquid to use for jobs that aren't quite as intense as automotive cleaning or motorcycle cleaning. I love the aerosol Super Clean. It's great for cleaning tires. It's the best product I've ever seen for cleaning tires on cars. And also, I think they're going to send you a Super Clean cap to go with it. So we're having a drawing. It doesn't cost anything to enter. We're not selling your name or your email address or any of that, but I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can sign up for that drawing. We're going to hold the drawing November 30th. Good luck to you. Please enter the drawing. Very, very happy about that. Okay, when we come back, I'm going to bust open some of these myths about the 2025 Goldwing. I'm going to tell you something I've never told you before, and we're going to take a look at some videos that are out there that talk about the 2025 Honda Goldwing, and I'm going to give you my opinion of that. Hey everybody, welcome back to Crown and Comments November 2024. I'm Cruiseman, and let's talk about the 2025 Honda Goldwing. Now I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to try to do it. I've never done it, not exactly sure how to do it. But I'm going to do what are called a reaction video. I'm gonna watch some video content here on my MacBook Pro, and I'm gonna put it on the screen for you to see what I'm seeing. And these are 4 different videos that I found on YouTube. Maybe you've seen them, I don't know. But there's a lot of videos out on YouTube right now talking about the 2025 Honda Goldwing.
No matter where your adventures will take you, the Goldwing Tour will take you there with impeccable performance, style, and comfort. This legendary long-distance touring bike will help you truly discover what lies beyond. Here are some of its highlights. A 1,833cc liquid-cooled 6-cylinder engine with electronic fuel injection.
Okay, this video, the thumbnail talks about it being a review of the 2025 Honda Goldwing. But the reality is, he's just talking about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. He doesn't even mention 2025 in the video. It's a good video. It's a well-done video. And he talks about all of the features of the 2025, but he doesn't know anything about the 2025 because it hadn't been released yet. And all of the video, all of the things they're showing, all the things he's talking about are of the 2024 Honda Goldwing. So that video basically is what I would call clickbait, because the title of the video says 2025 Honda Goldwing. Now, this video, believe it or not, has 500,000 views. 500,000 views. I don't think I've ever had a video that has 500,000 views. The second video, this is a video that somebody sent me from someone who was at EICMA.
And welcome to EICMA 2024, where we start off at the Honda booth, and I am gonna check out the brand new Honda 2025 Goldwing, GL 1800 Goldwing. First off the bat, the price has gone.
Okay, I want you to pay close attention to the placard that he showed there at EICMA. This is at this year's November EICMA. It doesn't say anything on there about 2025 Goldwing. In fact, some of you may not recognize that two-tone silver color. That is a European color in 2024. That's not a new color for the US market that we know of at this point. This is simply a 2024 Honda Goldwing. They just had them on display at EICMA this year. These are the military green. The matte green is a 2024 Honda Goldwing color for the bagger model, and that two-tone silver is a 2024 color for the European bikes. So don't be misled. Now, I think this gentleman is honest. I think he thinks it's a 2025. Again, clickbait, it refers to it as the 2025 Goldwing.
Today, we're diving into the 2025 Honda Goldwing, one of the most iconic touring motorcycles in the world. So whether you're planning long-haul trips or just love the open road, this bike is a new...
Okay, this is an AI video. You can tell by the graphics are all digital generated. These are not photographs. These are digitally rendered, created from an AI program of what the AI program thinks the 2025 Honda Goldwing could look like. I mean, it's so radically different. There's no way Honda's going to come out with a bike that looks like that. It's not bad looking, I will tell that. It's pretty cool looking for AI. It is well done, but it is not. This is not what the 2025 Honda Goldwing is going to look like. I can promise you it's not going to have that sports windshield that they show in the picture. From the back, you can see the mufflers are integrated into the saddlebags. Looks kind of cool, but there's no trunk. Where's the trunk? Look at that little tiny trunk. What is that all about? So, you know, listen, that's not what the Honda Goldwing is going to look like in 2025, I can promise you. Okay, I'm going to go to the fourth video, which is also an AI video, and this one's almost ridiculous.
Welcome to the 2025 Honda Goldwing DCT review. Experience the ultimate blend of luxury, performance, and innovation. The 2025 Honda Goldwing DCT is redefining the touring motorcycle experience.
Okay, this actually implies that this was seen at a bike show because it has the word bike show written on it. Total clickbait, total AI. Still got 110,000 views though. But if you'll notice, it looks like a sport bike. You think Honda's going to build a Goldwing with a seat like that and with that tail on it that has no saddlebags? Look at that. It's a sport. That looks like a sport bike. There's no way Honda's going to build something like that. And it's only got one exhaust on the right side for a 6-cylinder engine. Are you serious? But you know what? These guys make these videos and they get views, 110,000 views. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I need to start doing AI videos. Okay, so you get the idea. These videos right now are BS. The 2025 Honda Goldwing hasn't even been announced yet. In fact, my sources say that we're not going to know anything about the 2025 Honda Goldwing until well after the first of the year, maybe even February, before we get an announcement from Honda about the 2025 Honda Goldwing, which is very late for Honda. We usually already know by November what the Honda Goldwing is going to be for the next year. This could be a good sign. First of all, I think for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think the economy, the hopefulness in the economy, just based on our political landscape in this country now, is much more hopeful for the future than it would have been had things turned out differently. So I think that means people are going to be a little more inclined to spend money. I think people will be a little more inclined to make purchases that they might have had to hold off on. Now, that doesn't mean the economy is necessarily going to get better overnight. I don't expect that. I think it's going to probably take a couple of years for us to see any results of any new policies that get implemented. but because we've got 4 years of some really, really bad stuff that's happened. I'm already hearing people, companies that are considering moving back to do business in the U.S. There is the talk of potential tariffs, and that could also mean Honda may actually, who knows, if there were tariffs involved, Honda might consider bringing manufacturing of the Goldwing back to the United States. You know, they built them in Ohio for many years, up until 2012, I think, is when they started building them in Japan. So up until then, they were all made right here in the USA. They were assembled in the USA. And maybe, who knows, maybe this new administration with the potential for tariffs and negotiations could bring Honda manufacturing back to the U.S. That'd be kind of cool. Goldwing manufacturing is what I'm talking about. And I think that just the general mood of the country is much more positive, and I think that's only going to help Goldwing sales. I think it's going to help Honda Goldwing dealers. I think they're going to benefit from this because I think there was a malaise in the country that, and I think it's worldwide. I don't think it's just the U.S. I think worldwide people feel like if the U.S. is doing better economically, that the world does better economically. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. Are you a little bit more hopeful, maybe a little bit more willing to put money into a new motorcycle than you might have been had things gone differently? I certainly would be. I'm much, much more optimistic than I was a month ago. And I think that this late announcement of the Honda Goldwing could also be an indication that we are going to in fact see some changes to the 2025 model. It's possible that it's taking Honda a couple of extra months to get everything in place, to get maybe new colors, new inventory stock. They've got to stock up parts. They've got to get materials for the dealers. They've got to, it could take, this fact that they're taking an extra 2 or 3 months could be a good sign for us. It could mean that some of the things that we've been asking for to be implemented in the new Goldwing are actually going to happen. So I'm going to say it's good news. I'd rather have a later announcement of a 2025 model and have some changes, some significant changes made to the Honda Goldwing. So you tell me what you think. Do you think that's possible? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, when we come back,
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging.
It's going to be my Christmas shopping list for 2025, or 2024 actually. I'm used to saying 2025 now, so that's coming right up.
They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in
Hey everybody, welcome back to Crown and Comments, November 2024. I am Santa Cruz, and you thought it was Santa Claus, but it's not, it's Santa Cruz. So, and we're going to go over a few of the things that I think are great gift ideas for anybody that is a motorcycle enthusiast. Now I'm going to go through 4 things in particular that I've reviewed recently from my friends over at Fanttik. You know I'm a big fan of the Fanttik tire inflator, which was the X8 Apex. This is the portable tire inflator. It's a great gift idea. It's under $100 and it fits in your saddlebag. It's a little bit larger than some of the other ones I've seen on the market, but I think it's much more capable and I think it's much more durable, and it has worked flawlessly. Robert and I used it when we were up in Colorado to air up all 4 of our tires. It just works. It's just a great, you can keep it in your saddlebag. I do not ride without it. The Fanttik X9 tire inflator is their larger model. I use this now in the garage. In fact, I got rid of my big air compressor because the only thing I was using it for is to air up tires. You can air up your car tires, air up your motorcycle tires, you can do anything, but I keep it in the garage. It's too big to fit on a motorcycle. So that's my garage-based tire inflator. And now that one comes in around, I think it's under $200. It's a little more expensive. Very heavy duty, very well made, very nice. In fact, I have reviews of all these products. I'll put links in the description below if you want to see reviews of any of these products. One of my favorite new products that I reviewed is the Fanttik V8 Apex vacuum cleaner. It's also a blower, and it can blow off, water or dust or any little items. And it's got this super quiet and pretty powerful little miniature vacuum cleaner. It's great for cleaning out small areas like your toolbox drawers or the trunk on your motorcycle, the saddlebags on your motorcycle. Again, I have a great review of it. I love it. It's one of my favorite products. The other Fanttik product that I highly recommend as a gift is the S1 Apex Fold screwdriver, because it's really designed as a gift. It comes in this beautiful box with all the different screwdriver tips. It's very powerful. It's just very well made. Everything Fanttik that I have used and tried has been very, very well engineered and designed and made. So check those products out if you're interested. Okay. Next, when it comes to gift, I think there's nothing better you can do for somebody that rides a motorcycle than give them things that are safety oriented. My favorite safety product, you've heard me talk about it for years, that is the brake-free helmet light. Now, they just came out with an upgraded version in black that has the button, the on-off, and the multi-function button. It's up a little bit higher, so it's easier to hit with your gloves. And it also now has USB-C charging. This is an incredible new product, and it is upgraded. And I talked to Alex, the CEO of the company, the other day. I wanted to make sure before I told you, but he has told me that the upgraded white model will be out before the end of this month, like around the 25th of November. So in just a few days, you should be able to order that new upgraded brake-free in white with the taller button and the USB-C charging. Don't forget the discounts. You get a Cruiseman discount, $10 off, discount code Cruiseman, and that will be added to any other discount that Brake Free is offering. So I'll put links in the description. I'll describe this a little better down below. If you don't have a Brake Free, or if your loved one who rides a motorcycle does not have a Brake Free, I don't know what to say, because I know it has saved me many times. This light on the back of the helmet is super bright, and as you begin slowing down, even with the engine braking, it will start either getting brighter or it'll start flashing. Really does get attention. It's up high enough so that it's eye level with car drivers. I just highly recommend it. Again, I will back up a second. I am an affiliate of Brake Free, just so you know. That's why we have the discount code. I do benefit a little bit from any purchases you make through Brake Free, just so you know. I am not, however, an affiliate, and I don't benefit at all from anything you purchase from Bohn Body Armor. And they've got some great stuff. Check out their Black Friday deals at bohnarmor.com. They've got some new design flannel riding shirts that will hold your armor in the shoulders and the elbows and the back, and they are cool looking. They've got a new blue flannel shirt that is super nice. So for the winter riding months, I would check out that new flannel shirt from Bohn Body Armor. So the last thing I'm going to recommend, again, on this, I am not an affiliate. I don't benefit at all, but I do like to support the businesses that support our channel. And one of them is wingstuff.com. Many of you saw my podcast with Rick Arnaldo from Wingstuff, and they sell everything motorcycle Goldwing related, and you can buy a gift certificate. They have what they call Wing Bucks. Wing Bucks e-gift card, anywhere from $25 all the way up to $500. So if you've got a rider, you don't have a clue what to get them, or you don't know what they've already got, you don't want to get them something they've already got, you just want them to pick out something that they want, then give them a Wing Bucks card from wingstuff.com. I'll put the link in the description down below. That's my Christmas shopping list for 2024. I said 2025 here, but it's still 2024, but ready for the new year. Okay, so when we come back, your comments, my reactions, and my comments to respond to your comments coming up right after this. Welcome back to Crown and Comments 2024, November 2024. I'm your host, Cruiseman. Now let's get on to your comments. I've got my MacBook Pro over here. I got my crown ready in case I need it, in case somebody gets rough with me. Okay, the first one is from Jay Furnace. I'm interested in purchasing your maintenance videos, but how does that work? Is it on a flash drive? I have no power where I keep my bike. Is it on your phone? I don't want to buy something I must watch at home. Okay, Jay, the way it works, these videos are streaming through a company called Vimeo. They host all the videos. You can, any internet connection, smart TV, smartphone, iPad, any device that will connect to the internet, you can stream the videos. You can also download the videos to your device. So if you wanted to download those to your laptop or to your phone and watch them offline, you could do that as well. So that's how the videos are distributed. Tony Rowland said, why isn't, okay, this is on my last video about the 8,000 mile service. A lot of these comments are on that video. He said, why isn't this covered by warranty? My Can-Am Spyder was fully covered. I don't know, is the Can-Am Spyder fully covered for things like oil changes and maintenance? Maybe you bought a service contract when you bought your Can-Am Spyder that included all your services, because to my knowledge, regular maintenance, regular wear items, oil changes, tires, things like that are not covered under any warranty that I'm aware of. Timothy, I'll just call him Timothy. Same video. Why do you think we call them stealers? My buddy just paid $360 to change his air filter, and he provided the air filter. Okay, I got a lot of comments like this about the dealerships being stealers and being a ripoff. I got dozens of comments of people talking about this. And I think you might see some more comments in here where people say, why don't you tell us who the dealer is that ripped this guy off? Well, the reason is I don't think it was a ripoff. I didn't mean it to come across that way. I think this is just what dealers charge. I don't think that's necessarily an outlier. I think a lot of dealers probably charge the same amount of money. And I don't begrudge any dealer needing to make a profit and needing to support their business with service. And granted, there are a lot of people out there who don't want to work on their own motorcycle, and this is what it costs. If you're going to own a $30,000 motorcycle and you're going to take it to a Honda dealer to have it serviced, this is what you can expect to pay. I was just trying to illustrate that this is the value of my maintenance videos. For those of you that are comfortable working on your motorcycle, you just need somebody to kind of show you how to do it step by step. That was my point. It wasn't to make the dealer look like a shady operation. I don't think they are. I think and as I said in the video, I'm pretty comfortable they probably did a good job. They did do the oil change. I'm comfortable with that. And they did do the brake flush and bleed and all that. It's just, that's what it costs. This is what they charge. Old Horsefly, that's a great name. Why, oh why would a bike with 8,000 miles need a brake system flush? They seriously ripped him off. Please advise him to never go back there. I think the story I heard was they probably presented him, I think, with the idea that your brake system might need to be flushed within the next 2,000 or 3,000 miles. Do you want to go ahead and do it while we're doing the 8,000? And he agreed to that. So I don't think it's a ripoff. I think they probably gave him that option and he chose to have them go ahead and do it. Let's go to Gary Howard. The bill is fine in my eyes. Here's another perspective. The bill is fine in my eyes. Here in Switzerland, you will not see such service below 1,000. Okay, so he thinks it's a great deal. Maybe he should ship his bike over here to have it worked on. Okay, Lance says if you buy from a dealer and service it yourself, they won't stand any warranty repairs. I think he means they won't stand behind any warranty repairs. If that's true, you need to report that dealership to Honda, because working on your own motorcycle should not impact a warranty issue. As long as you're doing the recommended service, at least according to Honda's specifications, and or better. I change my oil more frequently than what Honda recommends. So, and I can show it because I keep records of everything I do. We have a spreadsheet that comes with our maintenance videos you can download from my website where you can track all of your expenses. When you go into a dealer, you can show them, on this date, I changed the oil with Honda motor oil, and we give you that spreadsheet as part of the maintenance video package. So, warranty repairs should have nothing to do with you maintaining the bike yourself. Dealers are obligated to back the warranty. Let me know in the comments if any of you had a problem with a warranty because you didn't get the dealer to do your oil changes, because that shouldn't happen. Mr. Gersk, question for you. Does your videos show, one, how to disassemble the fairing, as I need to change the speakers on my 2019 Goldwing? The right side is blown. Unfortunately, you blew a speaker. Thank you. Enjoy your content. Yes, the video does show you how to get to the speakers, how to remove the speakers, replace the speakers if you need to. So yes, that's covered in the video series. GoldRyderOne Mac was just here. And he's also a YouTube member. One of my Cruiseman's Garage YouTube members. Thank you, Mac, for supporting the channel. And he said, did they inspect the mirror reflections and the tire air color? A little tongue-in-cheek. Your videos have already paid for themselves many times over. Also, just knowing the information feels great. Thank you for that comment. Yes, they also checked the blinker fluid, I believe. Okay. It's an old joke. Diesel Soggy Dog? Where people come up with these names? I'm just glad they do. I thought Harley service charges were bad. The cost of that Honda service is crazy, but not as crazy as the service charges for a Can-Am. My riding buddy told me he gets charged $800 for an oil change on his Can-Am Spider. I told him to do it himself like I do on my Harley. Well, a Can-Am Spider is probably a little harder to do, but still, for $800, I think I'd figure out how to do it. Okay, Jag said, I've owned 2 Goldwings and never put them in for service. I bought both new and both were built for me from the crate. Both had their plastic trims fitted wrong and the screens were loose on both of them. Then they want me to pay a small fortune to do stuff that matters? No chance. Change your own oil and filters and replace the final drive oil and buy Cruiseman's videos, which is what I did. I bought a 2023 Indian Chieftain, and because of the vibration it naturally has, I did take that in for its 500-mile service. $422 for a 500-mile service. Wow. Okay, and he goes on, talks a little bit more about his Indian. Well, thank you, Jag, for that comment. I appreciate you purchasing the videos. I just bought a new 2024 bagger Goldwing. I heard that for the 5,000-mile break-in maintenance, they tear down the engine and inspect the tolerances of the valves. This is in addition to the oil change. Estimate $600 to $900. Is this true? No, it's not true. They don't tear the engine down at 5,000 miles. And they don't do the valves at 5,000 miles. So I don't know where you got that information, but that is not accurate. And if it was, they wouldn't be doing it for $600 to $900. It'd probably be $2,000. This is from Blue03. They use a pricing system from Honda, just like car mechanics. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But he did say, you think a mechanic should work for $8 an hour and buy $45,000 worth of tools plus Honda specific tools and go to all the training classes and make nothing. I never said that. I never said they should do that. Plus, do you expect the dealership can keep its doors open and be there when you need a new bike? Get real. People can't be paid $7 an hour boomer. I guess he means I'm a baby boomer, which I am. I never said that. I never said how much the service guys should be making. I think they should make as much as they can. That's fine with me. Here's my perspective. The dealership is looking out for his business. The mechanic it's his job to look after himself, make as much money as he can. It's the dealer's job to make as much money as he can and remain credible and not offend his customers. But it's my job to look out for my business and for my viewers, to help them any way I can. It's my responsibility to look out for my business. So when I maintain my own motorcycle, I'm looking out for my business. It's not my job to look after the dealer. It's not my job to make sure the dealer makes a profit. It's his job to do that. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if a mechanic makes $100 an hour. I can care less. If he's earning it and he can make it, go for it. Okay, Fly said they wanted $700 to do a 4,000 mile service on my Triumph T120. Basically, it would have been an oil change. I said, no way, did it myself. Good. You don't have to. You don't have to have them do it. If you want to do it yourself, do it yourself. Save that money. 4940 said, your videos have spared me from the fortune I would have had to pay a dealer to do the work on my bike. Well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. 49 Mark Hutchins, I think's his name. And then the last one is from Crow650. I only take my bike to the dealership if there's a warranty issue. Pretty much the same for me, except I do get my tires changed at the dealership. 2024 DCT with 10,000 miles on it. With YouTube searches and your maintenance video series, I've been able to do everything on my bike. Crow, thank you for being a video customer. I appreciate it. And that is my last comment. So if any of you have any comments on anything I've talked about tonight, please put it in the comment section down below. Everybody's pretty easy on me tonight. Nobody was too insulting. And so good job. So anyway, I look forward to, I'll see you before Christmas, obviously. Let me know in the comments down below if you like my Christmas shopping list. If you have any other ideas for Christmas gifts for motorcyclists, put it in the comments down below. It's a long video tonight. I told you it was going to be. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. If you liked the video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. That really does help my YouTube rankings. And until next month, which will be the last crowning comments for 2024, remember what I always say, ride often, but ride safe.